Hey, King of Baltimore. Nothing, child. Words that came to my mind. Sometimes it's just too early to think of titles and descriptions and names and letting them know what it's about. I woke up this morning. I'm in here. How about that? I don't know. I don't know what else I'm supposed to say. I'm in the building bit. I don't know what answer they wanted. That's what I should put. I'm in the building bit for the title. That's the title. Pull up. Ah, yeah, almost 3 in the morning out here in Hawaii, locked in. Yeah, I'm telling you, sometimes you're just like, what you doing up 3 o'clock in the morning, child? I'll be up like that too. I sure do be up like that too. Yesterday, I think I was up till probably 2-ish. 2-ish, I'm thinking. Something like that. Something like that, child. Something like that, honey bunny. Mike Tyson fight. Let's talk about it. I'm a sleeper. I was sleeping pretty much all day yesterday. Oh, so now you're wide woke. That's why I take cat naps sometimes. I take cat naps and it just throws me all off. A cat nap is more like a hibernation, but I don't know. Yeah, my cat nap is more like hibernation. But I woke up to do it all over again. So I guess that's what mattered, right? No, that's all. I won't be on here long. Just came to check in, let everybody know Granny's still kicking. I'm getting in my elder years, letting you know I'm still kicking. Every day ain't guaranteed. Granny got some health. I got some health issues over here. So I just wake up and say, I woke up today. I woke up today. Do you hear me? So I guess that's all that matters. That fight put me to sleep. I don't go back to work until January, just relaxing. So let me tell you about the fight, my version of the fight. Just hear me out. Hear me out. Yeah, that's right. We're blessed. Even on my worst day, even though sometimes it don't make sense, but even on my worst day or our worst day, we have to somehow learn to shake that ish off. I ain't found the answer. You got to think of one different day, and one day in our life, we're going to go through such trials, such tribulations. You think what you're going through now every day is nothing. Well, wait till you catch you a terminal disease or you got some life altering health issue that's gonna take you down, and you know, just imagine. And one day that might happen for a lot of us, and then you're kind of like, wow, because regardless of what's going on, you got to still get out there and function in society. Ain't nobody has ever said, hey, you have a C word, or you have diabetes, or you had a stroke. You can come live here for free. Don't worry, I'll buy your food. You just stay there and heal and do you. And I know you need downtime, so you don't work like that. Good morning, Pebble. How are you? Thank you, honey bun. My version of the fight was the back of my eye. I couldn't watch it after the first round. Well, let me say this. Let me say this. I'm going to say this. I do think on Tyson's best day, and that's as of right now, if you were just sitting there and he punched you in your mouth, I definitely think you're gonna feel it. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Every other 58-year-old man, he's definitely taking him down. Even on his worst day, he's definitely punching someone in the mouth. Isaiah, you gotta go a little bit better than that, baby. You gotta go a little bit better than that. You might need to take that. See, I almost says, I think you're on the wrong page with that. I think that's, listen, I don't want to say it because I don't know. I don't want to say it because it be perceived as a racial comment, and I don't want to be that person. Being a biracial young lady I am, I don't want to be that person. You need to go to someone else's page with that. Really. Sometimes, you know what? Sometimes you gotta walk into a room. See, I drop life gems. God sent you here for a reason. Let me show you how to be, because obviously you're a boy or a man. So if you're a younger child, I'm gonna put you up on game. If you're a man, pay attention. Okay, because if you're a man and you're acting like that, I ain't got no understanding. When you walk into a room, young man or old man, and if you're anything over 18, pathetic man, when you walk into a room as a man, you fill out the room, okay? Because at that point, when you're a man and you're in public, you need to be the best man you are. No matter if you're at the corner store, voting. I'm just throwing out. You know what I'm saying? You have to carry yourself a certain way. So when you walk into a room, this is considered a room. Like outside, you walked into a scenario, that's considered a room. So when you walk into a room as a man, you walk in there as a man and define and carry yourself as if. Right now, what you just did, you came into the chat talking to a woman about the somebody's grandmother, by the way, that has done everything in life plus some. And you got, fill out the room. Fill it, because right now, this is what it is. Every man in here is looking at you like, what the you couldn't stand beside them. If you guys was in public, they wouldn't conversate with you. They wouldn't hang with you. They wouldn't. You'd be considered weak. They send you. You'd be if it was the end of the world scenario. You'd be back there with them. That's why they did the man stuff. You see what I'm saying? So it's no salute to you. So I don't want to call a thing, but if anybody ever told you how to be a man, I'm gonna teach you today, because that wasn't it. You walk into the room, hello. Ain't nobody did nothing to you in here. Ain't nobody. So you that happy right now? What you got? That's. Or is it that you just don't know how to approach people? You couldn't have just said good morning, and I would have said good morning, baby. And then my people, if they're in the room, they would have said good morning. And every time you came back, we'd be like, hey, hey. But now we're just like, look at this. What? No man nowhere is high fiving you like, yeah. I wish I would have said that first. You go, bro. They're looking like, child. If that's your game, uh, okay, okay. Roderick, good morning. You aren't impressing no man. Men are supposed to protect women at all costs. That's why. Did you notice? Like even way back in caveman days, men were the hierarchy. They were meant to protect all the women in the clan. They're men. Act like one. I'm just saying. And Michael, look at you. Michael, what are you doing? Trump, whoever it is, you're a controlled person. I don't know what to tell you. You're a controlled person, baby. You're controlled in the worst way. You and everybody else. Hello, Eric Young. How are you? How are you? See, I can't say that because if I say that, they're like, oh, she's trying to act funny. Yeah, there ain't no right answer with that. If you know, you know. Child, if I touch my hair, it's a problem. If I talk about my skin, It's a problem. Yeah, so don't make me curse anybody out today. It's what time is it? I don't want to be that person. Don't make me do it. Hmm. Good morning to all the real men in the room on their way to work, handle their business, whatever it is. And you know what? Give yourself a salute. In the chat, every man that is handling his business and know he's walking around as if amongst his family and just doing what he's supposed to be doing, can you put a heart in the chat for yourself? Sometimes men aren't appreciated for what they're supposed to do. See, and this is the thing, I believe in equal rights. Don't get it twisted. But I also come from a family where, a traditional family where my father was the man. And that's something that's a rarity these days. So salute to every man that plays that traditional role and is a manly man, takes care of his family, holds himself as in that rank in his family, moves around his community as he should, goes to work as he should, handles his business as he should. Salute to you men. Good morning, Momo. How are you? Good morning, Carl. Sometimes you guys aren't given the right amount of respect. And like I said, Granny's all for equal rights. Don't get it twisted. I'm one of those independent women. I call myself a pioneer woman with some of the crazy things I chose in life. So therefore, I've been around men my whole life. And it's just something about when a man don't carry himself as a man to me, that just don't sit right. It just don't sit right. It don't sit right. You belong at the kitty table. You belong with the. I'm good. I did my makeup and get ready for school. I'm just waiting for the bus. I'm glad to hear that, honey bun. How's school been? I know you got tons of friends now. I know you do, Momo. I know you got tons of friends. Where do you think, Carl? Where do you think? Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't expect a lot out of people, but I just expect the basic things. I expect a man to be a man at all times. And that's because my father was a real man. So I know how real men are supposed to act. And I'm not even saying my father was a perfect man. My father got a whole story behind him, but I do understand how man is supposed to move. So when I see men not moving like that, I know there's going to be different levels to man. But when I see men just not carrying themselves, and there's certain degrees, but when I see you're just acting like a female, that you just don't even get in that man category whatsoever. You're over there with the women. You're with the women. I can't say that enough. You are with the women. I can't even put you in a man conversation. You are over there with the women in my eyes. I've been doing well in school. I'm glad to hear that. No, listen, guys, have you ever just hung around with you guys have men. You guys are men and you have men friends, right or wrong. And I know, tell me am I lying? Not all your friends are of your caliber, right or wrong. Right or wrong. You got some that are off doing this, some that are off doing that, some that are you're like, I will. Good morning, Memphis. Hope all's well, just tapping in. Good morning. You have a good day at work, Fly Life. So when you're mingling amongst these men, and you're sitting there, let's say you're in public, okay? Let's say you're in public with your buddies, and you got this one homeboy that just always says the most ignorant, outrageous stuff that just makes the whole crowd look stupid. You just be like, just different levels of friends. And I'm not talking about education wise or something like that. I'm just talking about the way they act, certain things they do. Some people gonna argue with their wives. Some people ain't. Some people don't feel like, some men feel like they should do the traditional head of the household. Another man that is a provider or be looking at another. I'm just giving an example. My dad was a traditional man where his wife just did whatever she wanted to do. Her job was the wife and mother. And if she chose anything else, that's what she chose. But my father was a business owner. And he was the type of man where he took his money. His money just wasn't for his family. His money was for the community. He helped the community. His money was for me, my children, my grandchildren. You know, it wasn't a limit on what he did. He was a man. Anything that touched this bloodline or touched his heart became his. And he was riding with it till the wheels fall off. That fell off. That was his devotion, his everything, his, you know what I'm saying? He understood what it meant to be a monarch of the family. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is. Anything under that, I don't understand. And I do understand there's different type of men out there, but for me, I don't understand that because I wasn't, you know what I'm saying? My father was just a real man. So in my eyes, that's all I know. So when I see anything else, I'm like, what the is that? That's why I barely have friends because of how they operate. That's what I'm saying, Carl. You know, and it's not that you don't want to hang out with people. You want to hang out with people, but if it don't, it got to mesh. It got to mesh some type of way. It got to mesh because you got to think at one point you're going to have a family, you're going to have kids, you're going to have this friend is going to be around all that. You know, so if that friend can't be around all that, what we doing? Yeah, it got to be a good energy. It got to be a good energy. You know, and then when you get a certain age in life, you know, things change. It just is what it is. It just is what it is. But the problem is, it comes down to traditional values. What meant something to our grandparents? Pay attention. You see how all of our grandparents, you know, Granny's an old woman. So we're in that age frame. All of my grandparents were together. All of my parents, when I got to a certain age, that's when divorce became a thing. Like the first couple divorces, I'm not saying the first divorces ever, but it wasn't. Most families were still together in my age frame. So that's when divorces started to become a thing. So when a divorce did come, it was something we all talked about. I mean, not like soap opera-ish, but oh yeah, such and such is going through a divorce. It was probably like cachet, a little dirty. And not dirty, but you see what I'm saying? That's when the breakup of the family came. You gotta remember at one point, this is a deep conversation. I won't even take it in that direction, but put it like this, if you know, you know. Government assistance, it was put in play to actually break up families. To allow that rift. To allow, pay attention. I know this doesn't sound like a thing. Government assistance. There's other people that spoke about this. Everybody's perspective is different. This is my belief. I don't think it had that. I don't think it had that agenda. But I think at one point it could possibly turn into an agenda where, hey, we can try to break up the structure and the infrastructure. People fail to realize if we all stand together as one and do what we're supposed to be doing in every state, every country, with everything, we would overpower our governments. I'm just calling a thing a thing. I'm just calling a thing a thing. But that's why we are controlled people. They choose to keep us separated by skin tone, education, financial, this, that. Because if we all linked up as one, but I know it's too early in the morning, so I don't want to put that out there. I don't want to do it. Not many are ready for that convo. And it's funny because when you talk about that, when you get to the whole harsh reality of what just how everything works, you just sit back and look like this lead to this. You ever hear like you research one thing and it just take you down the rabbit hole? The way I look at life is just a rabbit hole. It's so much foolishness that's just when I sit there and think, I was once, everybody knows I share my story. I was once that rough little wild hot thing. You know, I'm not gonna act like I was never living life. True, we are more similar than different compared to these. I'm telling you. Well, and you know what's so bad? This is, hear me out. Forehead kiss. Let's say forehead kiss is standing right here. Let's say I'm standing right here. Let's say the president is standing right here. Let's say the Pope is standing right here. We're all standing, all four of us are standing right here. You strip us down, you take us down to our nude. What's the difference? You can take the best scientist, the best musician, the best to whoever. We're all standing in one line. We're all standing in one line, and then you got some regular people. You got a homeless person. Let's throw the low income people. Let's say we got about 12, the best of the best, and the brokest of the brokest. You strip us all down in the nude. What's the difference? What's the difference? What's the difference? What is the difference of all of us standing right there? What is the difference? What's the difference? Keep it real. What's the difference? Absolutely nothing. We live and learn. I was just scrolling through lives, and when I found yours, and my mama exactly like and loves to talk about stuff like this. Toby, I talk about my conversations. Listen, since I've been on here, I probably talked about 30 different things. Start a sentence here, ends up here, forget what it was. Now that I forget, but because you're just conversing, and it's just so many hooks, and I can hold down serious conversations all day. I try to not bring them here because I just try to keep this as a light, fun place, a safe place, a place, we play Would I Rather, little silly games like this, just somewhere, not everything got to be negative. Not everything got to be, and that's the point of my page. So if you like that vibe, you like that vibe. If you don't, you don't. Sometimes I might be on here crying. I got a story too. I got traumas too. Oh, that's true. I personally think war would end if we realize how similar we all are. That's crazy. So when I sit here, this is why I do what I do. I know people get sick of hearing me talking. But at one point, when you get older, you got to figure out what your purpose is in life. And my purpose in life is not to be any child's equal or act as if. So if I'm amongst a younger crowd, my job is to act as if I'm the elder in the crowd. If it means keeping an eye, giving a good word, whatever it is. At my age, I'm too old to get on here and argue with anybody. I'm too old to do any of that. And I'm not old, but I'm definitely not. There's no me, Mike Tyson. I could date Mike Tyson and the age gap ain't that big. I'm just letting you know. I'm just letting you know. But no, that's it. I just give life lessons. I come on here. You got to remember, everything I'm talking about, I'm just going to talk about from experience that I know. And I'm not the only one that has been through this, just like Toby. Toby ain't the only one that's gone through what. Ain't none of us the first to anything. So we can all learn something from somebody. To think we're better than, life is going to hit everybody in different ways. That doesn't make you a lower class. Once again, your financial status in real life, as nice as it is, it does not make you a different breed of person. The car you drive, the house you live in, the religion you have, whatever it is, it does not make you some superhuman. I'm just sorry to say it, as much as we like to think we are. And now let me piggyback. I was once that person that thought me having the best car made me somebody. I was once that person that thought that me being able to buy what I wanted made me somebody. I once thought I was that person. Hear me out. I bragged to myself for years. My children don't even know a struggle. My children don't even know. Pay attention. Pay attention. Now what I'm bragging about and all rights, I should be allowed to brag about. Pay attention. Pay attention. I should be able to be proud, but in real life, what did it really mean? Because I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Whatever level I was doing it on, that's up to me. I'm bragging about doing things I'm supposed to be doing just because I made it to a different level that somebody else wasn't at. Hey, bless up, bless up. Oh, alarm's going off. It's going down. It's going down. Yeah, listen, I used to walk past little heifers, especially when I was younger. Just look at kids, snotty nose, shoes all bent up. Things that I thought in my eyes meant something. I'm like, pay attention, hear me out. I'm thinking I'm better because we funky fresh. We got big labels on. We got brand names. They don't even know about this. Everything. We got all identical outfits on down to the shoes. You know what I'm talking about? Big, big, big ticket items. And I'm sitting getting out my fancy car. I swear I'm better. Even than the men. What you looking at? You can't even what? What? Yeah. Hope you have a good morning. I have to get ready for work. Have a good rest of your day. Thank you, honey bun. Oh, I am. I'm an older woman. I don't want to lie. I don't want to lie. Somebody told me the other day, listen to this, why you on here acting like a grandma to get extra money off the internet? I said, what? I said, how would me being a grandma give me extra money off the internet? Do you understand I'm not the first granny or the only granny that there is in the world? That's a name that I chose for myself. That's what my grandchildren call me. Grandma. That's what they call me. I am somebody's grandmother. I am over 40. I will be, I'm over 40 and under 60. So, but at the end of the day, yeah, I don't know. Like I said, this page is just basically about like people link up with like people. That's how you end up together. So, everybody over here, we're not going to agree with every single thing we each other say because we're different people. But at one point, we felt the same about something. So we carry some type of value, even if it's just a traditional value, or anything along that line. So this page might get boring the most, but that's what this page is basically about. I give life lessons. I've been through a lot. I've done a lot. You don't stop learning until you go to heaven. That's reality. Ask any 60, 70, 80-year-old. Ask them. Ask them. I was once one of those young people that thought I knew everything. I knew everything. Listen, that's what I'm telling you. People, this is what the young adults fail to realize. It's the same game, just different players. Only thing that changed is the way fools are acting. You guys are not doing nothing that we have not done. I'm just letting you know. Listen, I'm just letting you know. Let's just keep it real. Let's just keep it real, guys. I'm with you, baby. I'm 50 in Detroit. Good morning, sunshine, and looking fabulous. I don't know how I'm looking fabulous because I'm in freaking jammies. Oh, guess what, guys? Guess what? Guess what? Guess what? Guess what happened? Jungle now. Listen. Yeah. You gotta remember, I had children. I had my first child by 15. At 15. So just know. And when I had that child, it's not because I had bad parents. No, 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 no. My dad didn't even let me off the porch. It's because I was in love. I was a teenager. I thought I knew everything. I thought I knew what love was, just like a lot of us. Been there, did that. That's why I got a baby. Not because I was fast. This is what people fail to realize. Let me tell you this. When I learned this about mentoring young adults, I should have known because I was once a young adult. Your children act a certain way in front of you, even your best children. I don't care if they're coming from the biggest house. When them children get outside and get around their other friends, just know they're doing the same things. Pay attention, parents. They're doing the same things that you were doing. The same, and they're a little bit more advanced these days. So I'm just letting you know. Putting you up on parental game. The things you don't want to hear, but I want to give you that harsh reality. When your daughter goes outside, yeah. When your sons are outside, moms, pay attention. When your sons are outside, they're outside liking each other. They're doing grown things. It's yeah. Your child's always gonna come home and tell you a certain thing because they want you to perceive them as a child. Your child is doing things that we all did. That's what you fail to realize. Your child ain't gonna tell you everything. As much as you think you guys are, very few children are gonna tell you everything. You see what I'm saying? So just a little just a little gem. Just let me drop that on you. You might not be ready for that fact, but let me drop it there. Good morning, struggler. Only true followers know how fabulous you look. Oh, that's right, struggler. Because Granny can get really fly with little to nothing. I'm just letting you know. Just letting you know. I don't want to be the one to call a thing a thing. You know what? And if you guys notice, I'm really a simple woman. When I'm recording, I'm back here in the YouTube room. So this is what I do. When I come home from doing whatever, my sister works from home. This is a two-part home. My sister works from home, so I can't be up there on live talking and all that other stuff. So I come back here. So I come back here, kick off my clothes. I got little play clothes back here in the YouTube room. I got a closet full of clothes back there. I got a closet in the other part of the house. Listen, I could empty drawers right now, right beside me, bags of clothes. You'd be like, hey, this is how simple I am. I come home, I take a shower, I throw something comfy on. I throw something comfy on. I've been there, I've done that. I have wore high heels. Listen, when didn't have clothes, I had the best. At one point, okay, just know. So with that being said, that just shows the simplicity of me at this point in life, where the frills, and I don't get it twisted. When I am gonna go outside and it's gonna mean something, I'm gonna be one of the best dressed in the room, if not the best dressed. You're gonna see me even at this age. But things like that don't make me or break me. You got to remember, I'm an older woman. I've been there. I did that. I've shot. I've had the most expensive hairdos. I've done all that. I've had the, I've prided myself in my career. I've prided myself in my bad decisions. I've prided myself in the things I've had to do. I pride myself in whatever it is that I've done. And I've come to realize that none of them mean nothing. This is the reality of life. You have to find your purpose and accept your purpose. We were all put here for a reason. We're not put here just to pay bills, okay? We think going to work. Did you hear what I said when I was bragging, when I thought I was better? All them things meant nothing. I'm not put here just to go to work. I'm not put here just to be somebody's mother. I'm not put here. We all have purposes, and we don't find our purposes. I know they was chasing you. But you know what? They wasn't really chasing me like that. Okay, this is how it was for me dating. Dating was really different. Because it was more of a admiration. It was more of a salute. It was more of a men like women, right? But they want their woman to be a certain type of woman at the end of the day. And I would always be the more dominating at the end of the day because if it was whatever I was doing in the streets, whatever it was, I moved amongst men. And at one point, I didn't even move amongst men no more. I just went to visit the homies and move amongst myself. So it was more of like fascination with men. like men would have with me, like, ooh, yeah, you know, because they didn't see there wasn't a lot of women like me. You know, I still don't think there's a lot of women. when when did you start the 90s before you give him cake? What? Facts, gotta find the good in life. When did you start the 90 days before you give him cake? I didn't run through them. I was one woman man. Well, you know what? Dating for me, I'll tell you, it was kind of different. It was kind of different because I dated who I wanted to. I didn't date because I have to. And I wasn't really dating at a young age. You got to remember, I had a baby at 15. So at a young age, I had already been with a man 10, 11, 12, 13. I've already done big boy relationships. You see what I'm saying? There ain't no 90-day rule. I'm a grown woman. Not saying you get it that day, but okay, let me see. I can't even tell my one story because you keep hitting me with good questions. Now I'm gonna forget that point. This is how I feel. No, you shouldn't just be. Anybody I've laid up ended up being my so-called boyfriend. Let's just put it like that. Anybody I have laid up with, I've ended up dealing with. You know, hey, free my grandma. Yeah, so young at 15, you had to grow up quick. Yeah, yeah, there wasn't no me, no nothing. I had a baby. I had a family. I didn't even want to be at that age. You got to remember, my mother and father was together. So the way my father explained it to me was, okay, you had this baby. It's normal. Shouldn't have done it. This was my sex talk on the way home. Gotta imagine me 15, you know, this is my first sex talk from my dad. My dad was driving. This was a long time ago. We were in a truck, a one seat, a truck, a work truck. Baby was in the car seat, you know. Here's my white dad, me, and my black baby. I'm keeping it real. We're riding home from the hospital. This is how it went down. For those that don't know, Granny has a white daddy. And why I say that, because I'm a biracial woman. So there is a difference in different communities. I'm just saying. So I didn't take, you know, I love the white community now that I don't love my fellow whites, but I really just never, even though I kind of look like one, I wasn't embraced. Just like I'm not embraced by the blacks, I'm not embraced by the Asians. I just feel comfortable where I'm comfortable at. Granted, I've been in the, I come from the hood. I've done hood things. I know somebody told me the other day, did you ever use your light skin as a privilege? I was like, and I re-asked him. I said, "What do you mean as a privilege?" And I know I'm rambling on, but it's just see how one thing works into another. I'm like, "What do you mean as a privilege?" He's like, "Did you ever pretend like you're white?" I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "You do realize like white people don't know. They do know I'm not all the way white, right?" You do know white people know what white people look like, right? Even though I might look white to you, you do know, just like a black person knows what a black person looks like, an Asian person knows what an Asian person, Puerto Rican. You know, you ever notice how Puerto Ricans will speak Spanish and one won't even look Puerto Rican, one could look white, but they can tell their own kind. I'm just, I'm just dropping a bomb. Very few white people came in here and said, yes, that's one of my people right there. I'm just letting you know. I don't want to be the one to drop that bombshell, but I'm just letting you know that is the reality. Why hairs couldn't pass for black. I can't pass for anything because I don't know. Y'all just did not believe. Listen. I can't pass for anything. I'm just an old woman at this point. I can't pass for this. I can't pass for that. Good morning, Drake's dad. Let me tell you something. I seen a Pacific Islander the other day, and there's a distinct look, and that is in me. And I got family that looks like nothing but just that. and and I strike up because once again I can tell my own people, even though I don't look like them people. I can tell every last nationality. I can tell if I'm that nationality. I know what you are because I have some of you in me. So I'm like, hey, he says just like everybody else that I intertwine with. They're like, oh, you're what? Huh? Yeah, I'm one of you. You don't look like it. Well, I am. Hey, Leah, how are you, honey bun? Harris is Jamaican and Indian. I thought Dominican. Well, I'm a bunch of different things, but whatever it is, since I'm a bunch of different things, I don't really look like nothing. It's like, that's why, listen, as white, as much as people think white is the dominant in me, white really is not the dominant in me. My mother is just a light-skinned woman. If I was this white and gonna look all the way white, it would have happened by now. I might listen be white as the walls, but you can tell I'm not 100% and respect it. Oh, that's funny. At first, the first live I saw, I was trying to decide were you Hispanic, Portuguese, or what, but I really thought you were black and German. My father does have German in him. Listen, that's why I say I've been saying it forever. I just don't have time. I want to do a DNA test because I want to have like the one. Well, see, I still wouldn't be able to show my name, but when you look at this DNA test, and I want you to pay attention. I'm not saying yay, no, but when you see it, you're gonna be like, oh, I said that. How? How is this even possible? How does she have that? When you see, like my list is so long, it's not like a little list. This is how it all started. My sister went and took a DNA test because we got a sister that has been given up for adoption. So she went and took a DNA test. And her list was like, we already knew, you know what I'm saying? But it was just like, nobody believed this unless they seen it. I took a picture and I put her somewhere. I don't know where I put hers at. And then I went and took one. And it was just like, and now they're more in depth. So can you imagine? It was just crazy. But once again, I already knew because my mother told me. She'll tell you, she's like me. Okay, yeah, you're this. They'll be like, what nationality are you? Somebody will ask her. She'll be like, I'm Puerto Rican, Filipino. She'll give Pacific Islander. She'll shoot out like 4, 5, 6 things, but she doesn't tell you. Like each, nobody was really purebred. You figure, okay, let's say we have a grandpa that's Filipino. Let's say we have a grandmother that is Spanish. Pow. Okay? They have offspring. They go and they mess with more foreigners. Pow. They're not messing with Caucasians. They're messing with island people, African people. They're messing with everything but Caucasians. They're messing with people from other continents. They're not messing with Americans. They're messing with people from other continents, melanated continents. So, yeah, I've done one. That's what I'm saying. I just don't have the actual, I've done in depth ones for, yeah. Guyanese and Portuguese. Good morning, Ryan. Yeah, it's interesting. That's why I say, even black people, go get a DNA test. I want to say this: certain traits come with certain races. Oh, the Netflix. Oh yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute, child. But anyways, certain things come with certain races, certain hair textures, wide noses, eye slants, whatever it is. When you see a black person or a white person or somebody and their eyes go like this, that's not just a freaking nature. That, oh, she just ended up like that. That means that there was an Asian person in that family at one point in time, because this is only an Asian trait. This, you see what I'm saying? Certain races have certain things. It just is what it is. I'm not, I don't want to be the one to call a thing a thing. It just is. That's why you got to really read up on things, and that's why I tell everybody, go take a DNA test just so you can kind of understand. You can sit there and be as black as black as black as black. There's something in there. You can be as white as white as white as white as white. When you get that DNA test, you'll be like Caucasians, straight hair. They are meant to have straight hair. You ever see people in Finland, Sweden, things that white blonde hair, blue eyes? That's actually what the real Caucasoid should look like. That's the true original. So when you see a Caucasian person with curly hair, where'd that come from? Where'd that come from? Because that's not a Caucasian trait. Let's call a thing a thing. Oh, all different prices. If I can advise, just do your research on the company first. Because some of them, when they say only share with legit partners, sometimes it's partners like insurance companies and people has been. Yes, good morning, Warlord. I'm sorry, when did you sneak in here, Sunshine? Good morning, honey bun. Dropped or denied because of that. LOL, so true. You got to remember this. People think, and this is, got to remember, Granny's black too. So people think that blacks were like the first original slaves. And that's so far from the truth. I know, once again, this is jumping off topic, but this is just, I could get into this about kings and queens. They were, once upon a time, they were kings and queens. They weren't presidents. But how do I want to phrase this? Black American, Cherokee, Blackfoot. Yep, we got Indian and it's Southeast Asian. See, people don't believe me. I got different types of Asians in me. Sub-Saharan, I think it's like 2 or 3 different Africans. That's why I say, when you really look at your list, how can I phrase this once again? People overseas bred with people overseas. Back to the slave thing. Even back in caveman days, they were enslaving. If it was a woman, a man, or whatever. In biblical days, they enslaved just through religion. At one point, it turned into enslaving because of money, enslaving because of politics, enslaving because, so enslaving has been around a long time. Now, meanwhile, while they've been enslaving people, you got to remember, continents look different a long time ago. So they're taking people from this country, taking them over here, breeding them, they're producing. Yeah, so you got a whole melting pot. So whatever people think they really are, so it's a fun fact, because you just in your mind, you're like, oh yeah, I'm this, this. ethnicity. My people are from here. Well, just know your people were jumped around just like everybody else's people. Everybody was enslaved at one point in time, and we moved around. And you know, it's that's why I say that's the one thing. As much as I love to get on the internet and learn, it's like the root of all evil because you could be researching one thing, and then when you realize all the factors of all the different rabbit hole, that's all I'm gonna go with. Rabbit hole. Every scenario has a rabbit hole. If you truly read in depth, and you're just like, what? How'd I get here? Like, so this really branched off from this? From what? Pangea, that's right. I think she drink plenty of water to stay young. Great combo. I wish I look. Listen, people don't look. I got the saggy neck. Do you guys not see this? When people try to say, "Granny, you're not old." Look, I got a chicken neck. What the? Are you? My whole face is dragging down this way. What are you talking about? I am somebody's grandma. All right, it's like eating the apple for the atom. We bite the internet apple one day. Stay away from the internet apple. It will only traumatize you. You are not ready for that freaking truth. And that's why I always tell everybody, whatever you want to learn about, the information is out there. It's up to you how you research it and how far you want to go into it. But just know you're going down a rabbit hole. And that's why I say, somebody that really pay attention to when a documentary or something, when somebody's talking about something to do with an earthly artifact or whatever, and you'll see through their conversation how it leads through 10 different rabbit holes because something just didn't start from nothing. It came from something, and it took all these different roads to get here. So yeah, there's stories behind it, and you're just like, what? Wow, what? Read from the right places. Yeah. I just wish I knew what my black is, though. It's crazy to be black and not be able to say where 1% of it comes from. Got to get you one of those tests. It's interesting. True. A lot of people just skim the top of things or take the first two answers Google gives them. Warlord, I can tell. I've watched some of your videos before, and I never got to talk to you one-on-one. Your mind works in a different way. I could sit down. Your conversation would probably overpower me because I don't even think my mind works as good as yours. And I love to research. I can tell you really take the time. You understand how things maneuver. Yeah, you got a powerful mind. You guys, listen, if you ever want like a good, strong Warlord, can take his conversations political, religious, every day. I'm gonna say this: he's a real man. He did real man stuff, and that's it. Each one teach one. You can definitely learn something over there. He can teach you a lot of things that even on my best day I couldn't even vocalize the right way. It just is what it is. It is what it is. I can't. Some people you just can't even. What can I say? He's a man. He's done real man things. And if you want to get that type of intelligent combo, that's where you're capable of getting it from. That's it, and that's all. You know. No, but just some things that you're able to convert. You're one of those people that you can converse about a bunch of different subjects and be knowledgeable on. Or you can just hang out and be goofy. You see what I'm saying? You can take a conversation in any direction. And sometimes that's needed. CJ. Yeah, but slaves ain't come out. No slave patch. I want to know where mine came from. They came from all different places, and they was breeding with all the other ones. Yeah, that's why I don't know. That's why it's crazy because I hate when people. What color are you? I don't even know. What do you want me to say? You want me to pick these few? Like every time I go, I fill out an application. I'm like, what am I today? What am I today? You know. They say put what your father is, but am I really? You know, like regardless who did what, both my parents contribute to this equally. Intelligence is not measured. Say it again. That's why I see Sean. I'm just like in short words. Like I can't even explain it. You know what I mean? It's not a measured. I've observed his intelligence, so I'm like, respect is due where respect is due. That's one thing about me. Respect is due where respect is due. And let me tell you something, Warlord. What Granny don't get caught up in any internet beef, anything. I love everybody. I love whoever I started rocking with, whoever treats me nice, who that I treat them the same way. I don't argue, I don't fight, I don't do none of that stuff. You see, I just don't. I just do not. I can like war warlord me, you can have a same subject, different opinion, and I ain't even mad at you. You know why? Because I realize you're a grown adult and you have the right to think how you want to think. Who am I to force you? That would make me the fool. You know what I'm saying? My ex, or I just say my father-in-law. People love to try to make him everything but what he is, which is just white. I think my paternal granddaddy, people come out as SC, but it can't be sure about nothing else before SC. Oh, just think about this. Think about this. We all came from somebody. You can say you're from South Carolina. Warlord can say he's from New York. I'm just giving an example. I don't know where anybody's from. Bless Up can say he's from Connecticut. I could say I'm from Texas. Let's say Texas. Just putting us all. Continents were shaped a lot different. We just weren't thrown on this continent. We came to this continent from other continents. So it's not even about the city or the state we came from. Yeah, that's where we now live. But where did our people come from? You can't say I'm a Delawarean. You know what I mean? That's just where you reside at. Where did your people come from? Once upon a time, Delaware was never a thing. Good morning, Samantha. Yes, ma'am. I've differently seen that about you, and would always come sit in your bushes in the morning while I'm working. Yeah, warlord. I'm a boring woman. I'm a boring woman. I'm somebody's grandma. I just like to help people. My heart is my biggest enemy. My heart is my biggest freaking enemy, warlord. I got to learn how to turn it on and off. I find myself everywhere I go in public. I just got this instinct to mother people. Like the other day, I'm sitting in the car at the gas station. This happened before when I was on live. Just life is going on around you. And I'm just sitting there, and I'm gonna be honest, I'm lighting a cigarette. I pulled over to the side and I see somebody walking across the road that can't walk right. They're walking, but they're struggling. They disabled. But obviously, this ain't their first time walking back and forth to the store. I see everybody, and I'm just paying attention. I see everybody else just leaving the gas station. No, not me. I got to stop the car. Now I'm in the road getting the person, got them by their arm. I'm bringing them back. Wait, now I'm helping them in the store. Now I'm walking them back across the street. My car's just over there running. Like I can't cut that switch off. That's why you say that all our background has slaves in it. Yes, yes. All the way from Cameroon, 20 years in China, Pan African here, and happy to be here. See? That's right. I'm glad to have you. So just think, you're from, and yes, see how that works out? Born and raised in Texas, but been living in Louisiana for a while. Been back and forth through years. I'm gonna have my grandbabies next weekend for 4 days. They're 5 and 2 years old. Pray for me, Granny. I know I can't quite have my grandchildren the way I need to have them because I got a lot going on. And as in like being the monarch, oh, I tell you what, when my dad went to heaven, that put a weight on my shoulders. I said, "Oh Lord," I said, "Oh, that's what we doing." Oh yeah, I love my grandbabies. I love my grandbabies. My grandbabies they can do whatever. Whatever they say they're doing, they're doing. And I'm down with it. So if you have to go hit me up. Leah, Granny be busy. I really ain't got time to do this. I just came on here now so everybody could see me. Good morning, baby. Granny loves you. Man, I've been telling people slavery was so much more than US made it. Not saying it was ever good, but like you said, it wasn't just politics and hatred. I'm telling you. And once again, when I say this, people think I'm saying it to be disrespectful. That's why, first of all, I kind of can't stand being this light skinned because sometimes I have to throw that disclaimer in. I feel like I need to wear a t-shirt that says I'm black too. Or whatever I'm talking about, whatever topic I'm talking about, because people could perceive it as racist instead of me just being, black woman that happened to do her research. Black woman that doesn't look black, doesn't look much of anything. But you know what I mean? That's why sometimes you're like, do you wanna say it? Do you wanna, because it's gonna be perceived wrong. But I always have to throw that disclaimer in. I could tell before you said it. Yeah, people can really tell. I mean, it's like little simple things. My nose is wide, certain thing, like I said, certain traits are certain traits. When these things, certain things are in other races, you have to question why. Every now and then you might just get a big nosed man or a big nosed woman, but certain traits are, and I'm not saying this is just a black trait, this could be a Hispanic trait, this could be a just certain, just saying. I love mine too, but the 2-year old boy, he's into everything, and the girl is 5. Oh God, listen, my grandchildren, when I get them grandchildren, they're twins. So it's the single grandchildren are different. But when you get the twin pair and then the other children, I don't know. That's kind of that's a lot. That's a lot for any woman. Your conversation just like mine. That's how I knew. Yeah, they totally control Granny. They got all the game. I'm telling you, this is how it all starts. Let me give you an example. For those that don't know, when you see this moved around, it's because a grandchild came. And this is like we can make noise back here because my sister works up there. My grandchild has a little basketball goal, both the twins, and said, yeah. Well, they asked me, could they bring it? I'm like, yeah, I thought it was an outside goal. It was an over the door goal. I'm like, okay. And then I'm realizing they only got about this much space to play basketball. And for me, my grandchildren, they ain't good enough. You want to ball out? We're moving the furniture. my 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 grandson, this is how he runs game on me. He says, yeah, a grandma do anything for a grandson. And this is when I lifted up the first couch. Boy, when he said that, I felt like a superhero. I'm like, but here in real life, he was just running game on me so I get the furniture move a little bit faster. But when he said that, it put that pep in my step. I was like, okay, basketball, pfft, we can throw the furniture away. I am weak. I am very weak. I am very weak for the grandchildren. I'm very weak. I could tell an ex of mine had some internal, maybe got picked on in school because she's mixed and would try to challenge everyone else's blackness. I almost had a few breakthroughs with her, but well, you know what? And this is another thing, and I've said this often, people don't realize it. The things that are said to me, that are said to a lot of other, we're not traumatized. Trust me. See, there are light skinned people issues or interracial issues that do happen. It happens. That's something we ain't gonna lie about. Might have bothered us when it was younger. Probably not, because it's something. Believe it or not, it just kind of happens naturally. So it's not really a big deal to us. I think when we get it could affect others differently, but you're gonna hear it at school. You're gonna hear it in public. So we kind of just get used to it. Does that make sense? So it's like, what bothers me is at this present day when people say things to me. These are the type of things that people say. Because I look like this, where do I want to start at? Where do I want to start? Oh, this conversation will be good. Black people call me white. And because I'm white, in their eyes, I smoke crack. Well, that's crazy because Granny came from the streets. And that wasn't the only people. And Granny never smoked none of that. Never used her body. Granny was one that gave them people that stuff. And it wasn't just white people. I'm just letting you know. It wasn't just white people, it wasn't black people, it wasn't just young people, it wasn't just old people. But once again, these are the ways that people, oh, white, crack head, or how can you be in our community talking to our black children? You're not even a black woman. What? So it's not coming from the white people. It's not coming from the Asians. It's not coming from the Puerto Ricans. It's coming from, and all of these things, it's only coming from my black people. And I'm like, I don't know. Why is that every day? And still at this age, if I were to show you guys the comments, you'd be like, are you serious? I'm about long, hurtful comments. You guys can't see them. I'm telling my grandsons are bosses. He told me the other day he wants what is that called? BAPE. What is that? BAPE? 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 And it was like a $400 thing. He's like, yeah, I gotta have this, Granny. I got to. He's like, I asked for this 3 years ago. I'm like, well, I bought you a game system 3 years ago. I thought that's what you needed. He's like, no, I want it. I'm like, who are your parents? And yes, us black folks can be very mean and judgmental to each other, most definitely, but that itself goes much deeper as well. Our need to be better than each other. And see, this is the thing, Warlord. I think people might perceive that interracial people think they're better, but we don't think we're better. We think we are what we are. We identify, I feel like you, but you let me know every day that I'm not one of you. So, see, this is how it works. Caucasian people just sit back in the bushes and don't say nothing. They're not like, hey, come over here, Sally. They're not saying that. They're like, Asian people are just looking like, maybe, I don't know. I doubt it. I don't know. But then when they see my kids, there's something. I don't. But the blacks, pop, 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 all day long. It's crazy. It's crazy. Wow, this woman is gorgeous. Hey, landscape. Yeah, I don't feel any better. Listen, if I touch my hair like this, the next comment will be, you're always combing your hair on live. Nobody cares because you got that good dog fur. I'm like, what? I just woke up and I came on live. If you know about me, and that is so crazy. If you know about me, I've bred with men like this. This is what is beautiful to me. Men this color. Not saying any other isn't cute, beautiful, but that's what, you know, Just because I look like this is something my mother chose. I don't even listen. My mom's hair don't even feel like this. My mom used to always tell me growing up, "Don't touch my hair. You don't know how to comb it. Don't touch it." Like how mine, the brush just slipped through. Don't touch her hair. Yeah, but it's just just be known. I don't feel like I'm this superior half breed. Look at my skin. I'm better than. I just feel like I'm a person that has a white father that is mixed, just more white, and a mom that's not white at all. That's all I feel like. I'm just saying, I believe my ex was no, 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 and that's what I'm telling you, and that's why I'm bringing this point up. Yes, we are picked on. We are picked on, and it's effed up. So at this age, when we get picked on, we're like, That's a little weird. It's just weird. It's really, really, really weird." So she defensively would kind of tell others they're not black enough. No, no, I understood what you meant. No, I definitely understood what you meant. I was just showing you a different perspective of what we go through. So I've heard it from my own dad's family. I've heard it from my mother's family. You know, just know my mother's side of the family, there's not a lot of us that have Caucasian dads. There's like two of us. And I have cousins on deck. And there's only two of us with white dads. So just to let you know, that was not even like a predominant thing in my family. Everybody in my family is brown or better. Except the aunts or uncles. And if you truly know anything about me, the way we work, once upon a time, I wasn't always this color. We start out dark. No, we start out light, we get real dark. Then the women, once we start having babies, we get this color. And the men, once they get a certain age, they turn this color. So I didn't always have good hair like this. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on. And my eyes change colors. So I got a picture somewhere on my thing, and I am probably one shade away from being brown, and my hair is curly like I had the up and down. I want to put my age out there. I had the up and down little hairdo. Yeah, yeah. Did you get into a fight over your color? No, I never did. I never did. I went where I felt more comfortable, and it was with black people. And I'm gonna tell you why. Where I lived at, you got to remember, my father met my mother and took her to wherever he lived at. So back then, at that time, in any city, there weren't a bunch of different races of people. Do you see what I'm saying? Either you were black or white or black and white. There wasn't, it's not like you had hundreds of Asians in your community, or there just wasn't. We used to pick on my mom. You two are the same complexion. Oh yeah, we always got nicknames. White girl, snowball, white boy. You know what I call white people with red hair? No. Ginger in the snow. Right? Right? Ginger in the snow. Yeah. It just is what it is. Even my kids, they get, they look black. And they, I guess other blacks can tell they're not all the way black. And when I look at them, I'm just like, these are black children, you know. They're definitely not light skinned like me, but I guess because, they don't have that. I mean, they ain't red. They ain't red. I mean, every night early. They definitely ain't red. Ain't nobody my color. Ain't nobody my color. If I was with my children, you wouldn't know that was my children. You wouldn't know. I got like one kid that has, mm, Let me tell you something. I'm smoking a Newport, you guys. Let me tell you a fun fact about my children. One of my sons, this is so weird, I can't make it up. He's the one that has like the Filipino eyes. His hair from here up, from here up is a traditional 4C hair. I cannot make this up. No, really, maybe like, yeah, from right here to right here. This patch is 4C hair. Warlord, I know you know what I'm talking about. From here back is good. I don't even know how it happened, and it ain't that good. I don't want to over exaggerate it. If you seen it in real life, you'd be like, how did that even happen? I cannot make it up. I cannot make it up. Put no more snow bunnies for me. My son was light skinned just like you. His mom was white. I'm not laughing at that. You said no more snow bunnies for me. Kool-Aid man. I mean, no, I understood. I don't know how that happened. I'm telling you. That's why, in a way, I wish I could actually show my children, like, up close, their faces, their features, their hair. You'd be like, first of all, them kids, I don't even know. Only reason you know my daughter's mine is because she looked like me. But she's so much a black woman. When she's standing next to me, you ain't even going to think I'm her mom, even though we do look just alike. I remember we went somewhere one day and they're like, yeah, this is my mom. The lady was looking around. Well, where's your mom at when she's coming? I'm like, I'm right here. That's my dad's hair. I got more of my mom. My fro only gets high before it looks like a perm. I can't take it. Oh, facts. Give this woman some cannabis and watch her cook. Listen, I cannot. You know what? Sometimes it's just about having a good, pleasant conversation. That's it. Nothing else, nothing more. It's about having a good laugh. It's about what's my view? A laugh a day keeps the doctor away. A laugh a day keeps the doctor away. Oh, and guess what? Granny finally got a job. I finally got a job. I got a job. The sunlight is making your skin glow. I know, I sure haven't been using that freaking, what's it called? Camel milk soap. Listen, you guys, I've been stressed out. I got a lot going on. I had a lot going on. Life's granny. Life does life granny. Thank you, Sean. It's not the job I want. You know, I gotta make a lot of the hours I want and stuff like, yeah. I'm used to being in management. So, me not being in any form of management is very basic for me. I want to stress that. It's not a challenge. You know, I do numbers and run stores, you know, all the way up to corporate level. So me not doing that is real. I'm learning how to walk again. Congratulations. Tell us about the tattoos. The tattoos? Well, you know, grannies. Oh, well, okay. I'll just start it out like this. Most of my tattoos are I just knew I'm light skinned. I know how things look from the back. From the front. You know, I was a younger woman, so I positioned every tattoo accordingly. I'm going to say that. I thought about it. You want you ask the question, I'm gonna give you the answer. I feel 50 feet out of my helicopter on my job. Oh my gosh. So how long have you been working on it? Listen, you need to probably Warlord. You and Warlord would be a good mental support link system. I mean, not that I can force anything upon anything, but I think you can relate from watching his videos and stuff like that. I'm saying it while I didn't even get to read your comment. Once he said the helicopter, I'm trying to, and I didn't even read your. I started reading your comment and didn't even finish. See how great minds work? I swear to God, I know I shouldn't do that, but I did not even read your whole comment. It was a natural. I promise. High five, Warlord. Yes, that's crazy. See, I talk too fast. That's why I read the comment. I'm like, oh, he's gonna think I'm just feeding off what he says. I didn't even high five. See, you got that. I know. That's why I know you, Warlord. Good people are good people, and that's just what it is. 3 years, I'm emergency air rescue paramedic. Oh my gosh. Warlord is a busy man, baby. Warlord got his. I don't really need no mods because Granny's page, listen, Granny don't make her page bump like that no more. I don't need those big lives. I don't need that because let me tell you something. My thing is, I'm not to get the big lives. I'm about quality, not quantity. Once again, you got to remember, I'm a numbers girl. So what I'm going to make off that live, the headache I'm going to go through, YouTube don't pay what people think it pays. So would I rather go through HE double hockey sticks for a couple bucks, or would I rather have an intelligent conversation? I want the conversation. Don't stress me out. Now I'm cursing. Now I'm cussing. Now you're acting ignorant. Now I'm acting ignorant. I ain't got time for that. Quality over quantity over here. Yeah, no, Warlord got his own whole life. That's why you got to go to Warlord's page. Warlord got his own life going on. And a good life too. I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at it. That's one of those situations where Warlord, I don't know if I've ever told you, but my grandfather was in the war and he was the big guy of that scenario and he got blew up by a yeah. So that's kind of what started the trauma with my mom. And it just trickled down. So you woke up today. You woke up today. No, I ain't cooking. My father went to heaven on Thanksgiving, so I don't. Mm-mm. You've been in wars also, yeah. Thank you to him. Yeah, Warlord, you understand that aspect of it. So, my mother came from an extremely large family, and then when that happened, that was a different day. Even though I'll say this, that mentally broke my grandma and all the children and broke the whole family up. So, devastating. Back then they had 10 kids, 11 kids, it was a different life. But no, nobody ever thinks their husband's going to go to war and that's going to happen. I mean, you know the danger, but you don't think. Yeah. You're thinking worst case scenario, being unalive, but you're not thinking, you know, or even catching a couple hot ones. You understand, Warlord. Yeah. Son, yeah, you understand. That's one thing, I just hate that because they don't even realize, the devastation that comes behind it, the way the families are affected. Bad business. Bad business. Bad business. And that's why I say, Warlord, for you be able to live how you're living, whatever it is, salute. Salute. You woke up today. And that's it. That's it. Sometimes that's how you have to look at it. I have a friend that died right before I got in my head much. Yep. Yep. That crushed my mother. There was nothing. There was nothing left. And my grandfather, it crushed my mother in the worst way. Crushed. Imagine the siblings, the wife. Oh, my grandmother. That just goes to show how fragile life is. That's why I always tell my family members who be fighting over small stuff to get over it and get over it. That's one of my things in life. Get over it. And you know what, Warlord? I want to say this. All this internet beefing, and I'm not talking about just one person. I go to anywhere. There's internet beef all over the world. Just like when you go to work, people are beefing. You go here, people are beefing. You go here, people are beefing. You go here, people are beefing. And I'm just so much against that because I'm like, if you hear me say it, we're fighting over things that don't mean nothing. We're making ourselves feel better by things that don't mean nothing. We're putting ourselves above others because of our hairdos, our clothes, our positions at work, the car we drive, our house, or this or that. And we're just out here fighting with people over the stupidest things. And, I go to work yesterday. Everybody's fighting. Nobody likes nobody. I'm like, what the? So this is just a thing everywhere. I mean, this has always been happening at work, but it's just a harsh reality that we are just really besides ourselves and we're just out here arguing to be arguing. Put that same time into our family, that same time into helping someone else, at the same time into. I know the world ain't perfect. I know we are all imperfect people, and I will admit I was once that person. But at one point, you just have to learn you're not gaining nothing by doing that. You're just really not, just not gaining nothing, and it just seems. This is my thing. I would hate to sit there and argue with somebody, and somebody could have a health issue. Somebody could have, now I done wish all this bad for you, yeah. And then now all of a sudden they just went to heaven all of a sudden. I'm sitting here, I wouldn't even feel good about that. In my heart, in my mind, in my soul, I don't want to have nothing to do with tearing anybody up. I just, I don't know. Call me a sucker. I don't know. That's why I keep telling them it's not that serious. At least not that serious to me. At the end of the day, it does nothing for you. I will laugh at some of it, but yeah, it just gets too serious. Like, who are we to go call it DCF? And they call DCF on all the content creators. It's just crazy. I'm just like, but who are we when they make these calls? Do they really know what's going on in the system that you're trying to send that child to? If you call, it's because you're trying to get that child took away. Do you know what you're really sending them to? Do you think you're sending that child to? Let's start here. Nobody's gonna love your child like you love your child. A lot of people just do this for jobs. Most of these children don't. They're not even getting adopted. They're in facilities and foster homes and what? Why would you even want that on your hands? They're trying to break up a family. I would really rather like to sit down over a cup of coffee with you and just talk. Yeah, that's right. Just talk it out. Listen, this is what people forget to realize. It is okay to be different people. It is okay. Me, you, Sean, Bless Up, Warlord, my mom, this person's mom. Just grab random people. We could all be, once again, we're going with the line scenario. We could all be looking at one topic. All 10 of us can have different views. That doesn't mean we have to hate each other because we have different views. How boring would the world be if we all thought the same way? If we all felt, if we were all the same, we all worked the same job, had the same thoughts, the same religions, the world would be a boring place. That's why it's meant to be diverse. We're meant to have our different feelings, emotions, thoughts. Whatever, we're meant to do that. So, and then we bring it all together. That's what makes a storyline. That's what makes life. YouTube. What makes YouTube interesting is, I'm gonna give example. Let's say I'm doing a story on dogs, and 20 other people do a story on dogs, do commentary on dogs. We're all gonna have different commentary on dogs, and I could be watching somebody talking opposite of what I like, and I won't agree with it, but I could like their delivery. I could like the funny things they say. We don't all that's what makes it interesting, is we're all bringing a different angle, a different, everybody's gonna have a different way they feel about it. This is just like examples in life. This is the same thing in life, and what we're doing, we're turning this internet into a real thing, and this is just really entertainment. Everybody's just gonna entertain different because everybody feels different ways about different things. That's it. Say it up. We definitely think a lot. I knew that from day one, but it was just so much go. Just know I've been to your page. I understand. You see, I said it. Yeah, it's just like we ain't yes people. No, I'm glad. The plug. How are you? How are you? No, it's just, and like I said, it's okay to have. I like mingling with different people. This is my thing. I like anybody and everybody. I got one foot in the grave. I got things going on with organs in my body. I got a lot. It is what it is, and it ain't what it ain't. I don't have enough hatred in my body to hate people. I'm a grown woman with one foot in the ground. If I make it 5 years, beautiful. Questionable. I make it 10 years, miraculous. Anything past that is looking iffy. So what am I hating people for? That's what I did when I was younger. I'm a grown woman now. I'm a grown woman. I realize my purpose. I'm not, I what? I'm not doing that. I was just saying about the tell you about my uncle dog always throwing the barbecue. Yeah, that's right. I'm like the grandma. I'm like the granny or the auntie at the barbecue. I'm just watching all the children argue, and I don't get involved because I understand they're gonna argue. That's why you see Granny just backed up. It's not because I pick sides. I still stand on whatever I stand on, and that's me, what I'm doing. I've always supported everyone from day one. Listen, I like everybody's, but I don't do drama. You guys are free to argue amongst each other. I'm there at the barbecue. I'm watching the nieces argue. You know, this is what you guys are gonna do. Just as long as don't nobody physically put their hands on each other. You're just ruining the barbecue. I just wanted to hang out. I just wanted to hang out with the kids at the barbecue. That's all. I wanted to see all the nieces and the nephews. But now I got to stay away. Because now they got too drumified. I don't even want to come to the cookouts no more. And I love the cookouts. I love the kids. Yeah, and another thing, I don't pick sides. I don't. All I can tell you is how to move. Don't shake it off. Shake it off. Quit feeding into it. Shake it off. You know, you feed into it, it just continues on. Just shake it off. It takes two people to argue. A person will get sick of talking to themselves or talking to others about. It really takes two to argue. You're invited to my cookout, boy. If they're arguing over there, I'm just in the corner with my plate. I'm just looking. I'm just looking. Don't bring it over here. I'm chilling. Don't bring. I'm watching. I'm entertained. Don't bring it over here. Listen, I'm in the building, but I don't want to be in that building. Yeah, so that's what one thing I noticed about online. They want you to pick sides. They want you to feel like they feel. I was close to both of my grands. Yeah, they want you to feel how they feel. Their way is the right way. And damn you, if you don't, you're garbage, you're trash, you're this, you're that, And I'm just like, man, listen, what? I don't force, I don't force how I feel upon you. You're free to feel however. If I rock with you, I rock with you. I'm not like a dictator. I already think we're controlled people as it is. I'm not your dictator. You're free to do what you want over here. All I ask is treat me kind. That's all I ask. Treat me kind, and I will treat you kind. I don't care what religion you believe in. I don't care what car you drove. I don't care how big your house is. Show me the respect, and I will show you the same respect. And that's it, and that's all. That's how I get down. That's it. I got some church songs that's coming to the cookhouse. That's what I'm saying. They're just there to walk out. I'm trying to eat. I want to mingle amongst the nieces and the nephews, but they're over there talking shit. I don't want to hear it. They've been talking about it for months. I don't want to hear it. Uh, I'm gonna sit next to you and make sure you have a good time. That's right. Look, we're getting it in at the barbecue. We're getting it in. Remember when you couldn't find a seat at Thanksgiving? Yes, I'm telling you. You know where I like to sit when they did have the Thanksgiving parties? I like to sit with the kids. You guys already know I'm over there with the kids. I'm over there with the kids. I don't even want to sit with the grown-ups. I'm hanging out with the babies. Remember? Yes, yes. Listen, I'm a big kid. I'm a big kid. Not that I'm a big kid, I take that back. I enjoy life. I enjoy life for what it is. People have tried to unalive me, I understand the concept. I'm just trying to enjoy life. I'm here. I woke up today. Let me do my due diligence and serve my purpose in life. I go for a good barbecue. I sure could. I sure could. Well, no, I take that back. My sister she cooks often. Well, she don't cook, but everybody gets together and they cook at the front part of the house. So they're cooking food a couple times a week. She has the old fashioned ends up into a block party every single time. Best, best, because you got to stay local because she's had that stroke, so she's not 100%. So everybody just comes to her now, but guaranteed turns into a block party with the DJ. Anytime food's getting cooked, just know the DJ's coming. The DJ will be the first one. Always keep it 5 years old. You will walk into heaven. Working and trying to build more and more, or we sometimes forget we're doing this because we enjoy it in life. That's right. That's right. That's right. You got to remember, everybody's purpose is going to be different. Just like, let's say, Warlord, you going into the military might not have been for me. Me doing whatever I'm doing in the community might not be for you. Such and such being a scientist, that might not be for both of us. But what are we supposed to say? Hey, don't do that. We don't like it. You know what? No, you do what you're doing. Do what you're doing. Oh, we also have to realize careers aren't our purpose. And as much as we think we were put here to produce children, love our wives, love our husbands, love our kids, what is our purpose outside of that? Them are things we're supposed to do. We're meant to breed. We're like animals. It's a biological clock. We're meant, what's our purpose outside of that? What is our purpose outside of the families, the kids, you as an individual, your jobs, your big house, your no house? What is your purpose? Everybody has a purpose. And a lot of times we don't find our purpose until we get older, and that's a true sadness in it. We don't find our purpose till we get older, or we know our purpose and we don't put our full potential in because we're busy just being young or doing whatever, you're always going to have some regret in some form or some fashion. We're imperfect people. We make mistakes. We learn until we go to heaven. That's it, and that's all. That's in a nutshell. That's basically it. Even Jesus says you have to be like a child to enter the kingdom. Yeah, yeah, you're right. I don't know the way I feel about life. I don't want to go to heaven. First of all, let's start there. I didn't sign up for that. I was not in no line that said, "Hey, I want to be born to go to heaven." I don't remember doing none of that. But, all these years later, here we are. I waited for a while to see if a vampire was like gonna come get Granny and, she was gonna ride out, to eternity at a certain age and just like ride out like that. But I seen that maybe that ain't happening. Vampire, by the way, you know, if you're coming, what are we waiting on? If I had to ride out at this age, I feel like you overextended it, but if I had to, I wouldn't be mad at it. I'm still kind of mobile. I think you wait a couple more years, you might just let it happen natural. I'm just saying. Yeah, but what can you do? Life is what it is. You're gonna have more bad days than good days, and you just have to find joy in whatever days you have. I'm one of those people where I let all my stresses just weigh me down and put me in a dark place. And that's why I say we're so similar. We've all been in a dark place. We've all been sad. We've all been angry. We've all been this. We're so similar. It's we're just busy looking at what people have to even realize. Yeah, we're all human. We're all mere mortal. We woke up today. We woke up today, and it's my new. Even right now, with all this stuff in my shoulders, I woke up today. I'm more worried about going to heaven. I don't want to do that. I'm content. Even if this was my worst day, I'm content now. I don't want to go to heaven. So yeah. You have to look at the little things. Lord Jesus will carry through your dark areas in life. That's right. Absolutely. Adore that couch and that one green pillow. Oh my God. Good morning, Timmy. Good morning, Timmy. Yeah, you guys. So Granny got her job. I don't exactly know the hours, but it is for a little bit more money. And Granny has the autistic grown children, and I've always put those children before me. And what I do for the community and things like that. And I've kind of hurt myself retirement wise with that, but do I take anything back? No, I don't. I have to do due diligence with my purpose in life. And my purpose in life is a little bit different. It's helping others. And God gave me, which my children are grown, two autistic children. And I guess it was up to me for the sacrifice I chose. And I sacrificed. I'm just that woman. I sacrificed. I wanted to be that type of mom that was. Hold on. I wanted to be that type of mother that was. I've been that type of woman that wasn't on site for her children. I know what it's like to have a full time career. I know what it's like to devote your time to making that money. And there's even repercussions behind that. You're so focused on your career. Put it like this, to truly get it and to get that check, you're not going to be able to be there for your family the way you want to be. And that's it, and that's all. You know, I made that sacrifice and I didn't like it. So with some of the children, I made that sacrifice. And with some of the children, I didn't make that sacrifice. I chose them. And I put, I'm putting it like this, once upon a time, I did think finances meant everything. I'm not going to lie. I'm an honest woman. I did. I thought finances meant everything. I told you guys that. I thought the best job meant something. Thought the most money. I thought all that meant something. But I also got children that can tell you what it's like to not have their mom there when they actually needed their mom there. You know, I could send you any place you wanted to go. You can go on any vacation, but I can't go. You know, so did they rather want that life or did they want the mom that had the all day every day just to do the little shoo-haws with them, the little woo-haws, the little basics? Heaven is real. I went to heaven twice, and first time I was watching my body, they brought me back, and I flatlined. And the second time, I left. Next thing, I'm walking with Jesus, and I was a little kid again. Baby girl, that's what's up. How are you, Jersey Love? How are you, Life Ride? That's what I'm saying. I've experienced a bunch of different things. So, you know, that's why I say it's about finding your purpose. And, you know, a lot of people don't know this, but I've had a child that's actually been on TV. I've had a child that's been in a lot of magazines. I've had a child that, you know, I've experienced a lot of different things, and it's been a blessing. It's been a blessing. You know, you got to remember, once upon a time, Granny was in the streets doing street things at the same time managing stores. And to walk away from doing the street things and then be able to turn a child into a model actor and just learn photography and rub elbows with a different type of people and just know that journey is a blessing, because who would have ever thought somebody that came from the streets, even though I managed stores, I was still in the streets, who would ever thought I would have been able to put my child in that position? Who would ever thought? That just goes to show you can do whatever you want to do. Who would ever thought? Who would ever thought I would rub elbows with them type of people ever? Who would have thought? Who would have thought I would have learned the entertainment industry in a year? Do you know how hard it is to get your your kid on TV in a year? It don't happen. It don't happen. So yeah. So that it just gives me hope when I look at people. That's why I mentor, because you never know. You know, if somebody really, I'm not gonna say it's gonna work for everybody. That's a lie. But people have so much potential. Who would have ever thought I would have been able to do that? You know, when modeling agencies can't even do that. Who would ever thought? Talent scouts, agents. Who would ever thought? You know, where did that even come from? You know, we're capable of so much more, and it's like we've just accepted being mediocre. And let me tell you something. My children ain't better than nobody else's. I'm not better than nobody else. I got children doing all types of different things. I got some with good careers. I got some with mental health. I just got some that are just living. I'm not above. Listen, this is what I always tell people. If there were more people like me, I could sit here and tell my child one thing a million times. They don't say nothing. The person around the corner could tell them, and it could be a light, like they could say the same exact thing. So I just think us as elders, we need to. There used to be a community amongst us. There's no community amongst us. You know, where we all kind of looked out for each other's kids. Are just that just it ain't a thing. Ain't none of this a thing no more. That's why I say every generation, every decade, what meant something no longer means something, and now here we are. You know, we're just at our most savage time. It's crazy. And this is me used to be a savage, and I'm letting you know. But that's all part of getting older. You'll understand your savage ways. Like, what was I doing? I'll never forget when my dad gave me that reality check. He was like, "Who do you think you are?" He said, "You feel special because you drove over here and that. You feel special because you and your kids got that on. You feel special because you're going to your big house. You feel special because you're taking care of you and your kids like you're supposed to. You feel special." Told me to get the fuck out of his face. He said, "It ain't cute. You ain't cute. You ain't impressing me." What? I don't care about that. He said, "Talk to me about something that means something. Talk to me about something that means something." And told me I was a savage. He said, talk to me about something that means something. Don't talk to me about no possessions. Good morning, Ghetto Planet. My dad built a whole empire, rode around in an old truck and work clothes, day after day. You would have thought he was broke. How you been, Ghetto Planet? Yeah, so it's just a little life lesson. What we think don't mean nothing, blah, 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 blah. You know me. Child, I can't stop giving life lessons. It's just something built in my body. I can't turn the switch on and off. I can't do it. No. Nobody's being weird. No, nobody's being weird. No, it's just, you know how I am. I just start talking and talking and talking. I don't know. I can't turn the switch off. It's not that I can't turn the switch off on talking, because I don't even really like to talk. Truth be told, but life lessons, I'm always just willing to share whatever, because you just never know. This is what I think about when I mentor people. Even with Sunny. You know I love me some Sunny. I understand I can't change people. I'm not there to change nobody. I realized that a long time ago. But what I can do is I can care about you. What I can do is keep a good, kind word in your ear. What I can do is support you. I can give you drop life gems on you and give you the game, and you ain't paying attention to none of it. But years down the line, if you can use one thing I gave you, I succeeded. I succeeded. That's it and that's all. I succeeded. If I taught you one thing that you can use later on in life, because you are your own person, I can't change nobody. If I taught you one thing that could make something better, when you be like, hey, I remember what such and such said. Let me see if I could, then I've served my due diligence. Wisdom from experience is a valuable thing to share. It is. It is. And you know what? You want to know who I learned life lessons from? Other than my father. People in the streets. People on DRUGS. The homeless. That's who I listen to. You want me to lie? I don't want to lie. That's who I listen to. That's who I listen to every day on an all-day basis. That's who I truly listen to. I didn't listen to with the big cars and the big rims. I didn't listen to them. They're living savage like me. I'm not listening to them. I'm not listening to my boss that drove to work in his nice car and, he's learned how to manipulate the system a little bit to get it checked. I'm not listening to them. Granny, key things people tell us definitely comes back to us. Facts. Facts. That's why I do what I do, because it will come back. Sometimes in my experience, they came back to my mind at the right times. Facts. 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 I'm telling you, listen, my dad used to hit me, boy. He used to hit me. On my best day, I'd be feeling. I went over there one day and I bought my mom some big old diamond earrings, boy. I thought I was doing something. Bought my dad some little trinkets, some little stuff. Man, he looked at that stuff like it was dust on the floor. Like it was dust on the floor. I'm telling you. My mother wasn't even really impressed. She was impressed because she was a woman, but in real life, she was not even. Any holiday would come around, my dad would say, don't buy me nothing. Don't buy me. He meant that. You could buy him the best gift ever. And he'd look at you right in your face and say, why'd you waste your money? And it would hurt your feelings, I'm telling you. Because possessions didn't mean nothing. Like he used to, I guess he kind of had that philosophy. If I want it, I'm going to go buy it. My children, keep your money. He was just a manly man. He put me up on game, I'm telling you. And I remember when I turned 30, he was like, you getting old, what you doing? What you doing? In my mind, man, I'm a bad bitch. I'm still in the streets and working. You can't tell me nothing. I'm in my best day. My dad was like, no, you're really old. What you doing? What you doing? And he used to tell me, you need somebody. He said, you let your financial backing your head up. He said, that's just your financial backing. He said, yeah, it fixes most of your problems, but it don't fix you. He used to tell me, you got to get you a man, somebody that supports you if you have a good day or a bad day, if you have a flat tire or a job promotion. He said, that what you got going on, it only fixes problems. You have to have somebody there for you. It has to be an equal mesh. You just can't settle. He said, settle is what you did. He said, when it comes down to actually being with that person, it has to be an equal mesh. It has to be a mental challenge. Certain things it just has to be, or it'll never work. Just like when he gave me that pregnancy talk, back to that pregnancy talk, that my first SCX talk when I was 15, going home from the hospital. Very back to that now, the very beginning of the video, he looked at me and he said, well, we're not going to do this again. I looked straight ahead, awkward talk. Awkward talk. 9 months later, here's the SCX talk. We're not going to do this again, is what he told me. And he said, things are different now. And he was really honest. He said, whoever you're having babies by, most likely you're not going to be with that person. It is a different day. He said, do not tie yourself down with these babies. These men are using you for your body, just like you're using them for their bodies. You having babies is what your body is meant to do. You're going to think you're in love. Learn the difference. And drove home. Then the truck broke down and he carried my baby and me through the snow to somebody's house to safety. My dad was like, man, do you hear me? Man. Yeah, like he was saying, this ain't our grandma's time. We go to heaven with the person we had children by. And remember, that's when divorces just started coming about. When I was in that age frame, a little bit younger, you know what I'm saying? And he was letting me know, yeah, you're gonna have babies by people. You're not. This is what we're doing now in the world. This is what y'all doing. Well, he's basically, don't tie yourself down with a whole bunch of children by different men, because you're gonna be stuck taking care of them. That's what you're gonna be doing. Well, I was scared to get pregnant. And when that second baby came, well, I was scared. I was scared to tell. I was scared. Listen, when I got my first house, he told my mom, he said, oh, she's going to get pregnant again. Oh, he hated it. He's like, just stay here. Just stay here. Oh, she's going to get pregnant again. I waited like 2.5 years. He said, he knew what it was, though. He's oh, Lord. Just mad. He's a man that loves his child. He's like, yeah, look at my baby. Just effing her life up. Little does she know, even if them pappies are involved, she's still going to be the main one. That's the reality of what a real woman does. I know how, she's going to mother her children. Her mother isn't trash. She's going to fully mother her children. So yeah, she is really making her life harder. I tell my sister the same thing. I tell her, please don't send me to jail, because she'll do that by involving herself with a scumbag. Yeah. My dad was giving me the game, but once again, I knew everything. I was so fly. I was so. Yeah, I ain't know shit. I thought I did, just like everybody else. I thought I knew everything. I ain't know nothing. I didn't know freaking nothing. Just like that first love, boy, I swore I was going to be with him forever. You couldn't have told me nothing. We was going to heaven together. That's why the young adults need to realize, yeah, what you guys are already doing, we did. I know you think we're old, and just know we were performing like you guys at one time. There's nothing you can teach us. There's nothing you can teach us. And especially some of us have experienced a bunch of other things. So there's definitely nothing you're gonna freaking teach us. This is my thing. I understand life is about learning. Life is about making mistakes and learning, learning through the mistakes and getting a lesson from it. But there's so many things that we don't have to learn. There's so many things that we don't have to take ourselves through. There's so many tribulations we just don't have to experience, but we do. And that's my big thing about it. I do know you're going to do this, you're going to do that. We're imperfect people. Understand. But sometimes we put ourselves through things we don't have to do. And I'm just like, my dad used to say, I've been your age. You had that's right. That's right. That's right. You ain't been through what I've been through yet. And it was weird because growing up, I always had the oldest kids. I'm in my early 20s and my kids are already, how old? So when I'm 20, I already got a 5-year old. When I'm So you got to figure, my daughter is only 15 years younger than me. So when you're that young and you're having a baby, I don't care how good you mother. That's like a mother-sister relationship right there because you're not even a grown woman yourself. So you're a little kid raising another little kid. I don't care how good you do it. You're a little kid raising another little kid. That's it and that's all. Yeah, you're gonna be mom. Yeah, you're gonna be this, but it's gonna be different. It's different per se if a 30-year-old has a baby. Yes, it's a difference. But that leads into other conversations that sometimes, we involve our children into too much. We make our children our friends. We put our children in adult situations, or just, we've all been guilty at one point in time. We can't say we ain't never argued in front of our child or raised a voice or did this. Let's not call the kettle black. We've all done something crazy. The strangest phenomenon to me is appearance of adversary. No peaceful person expects to have enemies, but it happens. Misery loves company. Oh, facts. Oh, facts. It's a weird world we live in. It's weird. It's weird. My big thing is I don't expect much. I want men to act like men. I understand there's different levels, alpha male, all that, and I want women to act like women, and I understand there's different levels in that. That I don't expect much. I just don't. A bad partner is an enemy trying to disrupt your life. Yes. That last baby's dad, I hate you. But you look good and I liked it when it was happening. It was a good time. We never liked each other. I never listen. You gotta remember, I've already been in a long relationship when I was young. So I don't love them all. I treat them all the same. Most people have that long relationship when they get a certain age. I already did that. My baby's dad, I was with him since I was like 11 or 12. We just wasn't doing the hanky panky. Boy, once we did that hanky panky, boy, we was doing a lot of hanky panky. My code was to get pregnant. I don't want to lie. This is what I'm telling you. Some of us have daughters. This is how, pay attention. This is how our minds work. When we're that age, we think we're grown. We understand that we are meant to breed. We are meant to have babies. So a lot of us women, we see these men and we get this, oh yes, this is my guy. This is my relationship. This is my husband. This is like, it's like men get these young ladies. Oh, this is my wife. Now they're pumping them full of lead. It's the same thing. You got to laugh like my mom. Aw. All my brothers and sisters are from the same mother and father, but he was toxic. What's crazy is we don't know who we're dating until it's too late. Oh, yeah, because listen, whoever you're dating, you're meeting the representative. You don't find, and no. And let me rephrase this. It's not just that ghetto planet. This is what it is. Who we are today, we're not going to be that person tomorrow. Who you are tomorrow, you're not going to be. So especially when you start out in a young relationship, who you guys were, you're not going to be a year from now, 2 years from now. And then you take that through a lifetime. and it's a different day where divorce is the answer, recipe for disaster if you ask me. Oh, hey, honey bun. How are you? Recipe for disaster. Because you got to remember, we're in a different day. This isn't our grandparents' day where you stayed with who you had babies with. This ain't that day. You have babies with everyone. Who, whoever you like at that time is your baby's mom, your baby's dad. If it happens, it happens. If it don't, it don't. We love them all. We have to learn to not love them all. Granny didn't love them all. Granny was careless. You seen the movie here? No, there's a new movie. Thank you for the sub. There's a new movie. There's a new movie. Nobody told me. Everybody knows I'm a movie fanatic. What I'm going to do when that time ever comes and I get to do meet and greets, I'm going to rent out the theater like I do when I go. We're going to watch the movie, and then we're going to do a debate dinner right in the theater. Like whatever we talk about is what we talk about. And I don't mean a debate. I just call it a debate. I call it a good conversation. Bring your food after the movie. We're going to talk for about an hour or so. Just to get the conversation. I like this, I like a good conversation. I really do. I really do. I ain't got time to drive nowhere. We're doing it right there. Once that movie comes, what we talk about. And just see where the conversation goes. That's all. I like different perspectives. I really like different perspectives. I really, really, really do. I like different perspectives. Different perspectives is what makes the conversation go round. Pow. Different perspectives is what makes the conversation go round. If you didn't know, now you freaking know. Oh, guys, I made a homemade pizza the other day. Ate it all by myself. Not gonna lie. Made some turkey. You guys know I only eat turkey or chicken. I made some turkey meatloaf the other day. I ate the whole meatloaf, you guys. Like with the fork out the pan. I ain't, listen. I just know we go out to eat, you're about, oh my God, look at Granny. She really eating like that. Yes, she's really eating like that. I'm not there to be pretty. Listen, and expect that we eat healthy here. You see me at a restaurant, man, you be like, what? Look at that savage. Give me 2 forks. Give me 2 forks. This is a healthy part of the house. That's the unhealthy part of the house up there. But she's always working from home. So if I'm doing lives, if I'm doing any YouTubing, any mentoring, anything, I gotta be back here. And I can't run in and out of the house. By the end of the day, she'll be like, come get a plate. I'll be like, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Some days I don't even get them. I gotta eat the healthy stuff. Or by the time I get off, I'll go up there, we'll sit and talk, and by then we're going to bed, or we're up there on their phones, or, not everybody wants to cook every day. But just know if I'm back here, I mean healthy stuff. I bring the healthy stuff back here because she don't want that crap. She ain't eating that crap. She is over. And she got diabetes and everything, but she likes what she likes, and I understand. I love me some food. I went to Olive Garden the other day, and I got, no, about a month ago, 2 months ago. What was it? Like Alfredo, a spicy Alfredo with steak in it. And man, like it was so good. The fork was melting in the noodles. Like I got this thing I like to use plastic silverware in public because everybody's mouth been on it. So I put plastic silverware and it melted. And I didn't even know it was melting, and I'm eating the plastic fork and all. It was so freaking good. I'm like, what? Look at this flavor. It was sauce. It was wet. It was dripping. I was living my best life. Listen, y'all, I got to go. I got emails. You guys know I homeschool the children. I don't even know why I got on live because I'm supposed to be, each child has 7 teachers. Now I'm down to 6 kids. Each child has 7 teachers. So that's how many emails, messages I'm getting. And if you don't know, you keep hearing these alarms, it's because I'm supposed to already be talking to these teachers. So I've overextended myself. I just wanted to say, hey, good morning. I woke up today. I'm glad you woke up today. Thanks for all the beautiful conversation we had this morning. This doesn't happen too much. So I'm like living my best life. Thank you for being kind. Thank you for being courteous. Olive Garden is mine. Is mid. I went there once. Yeah, no, it is mid, but that I don't eat. I just, I don't eat that unhealthy stuff. I've been to extravagant restaurants, but anything that's not inside this house, like, I don't want to eat no more watermelon. I don't want to do it. I will drink Ripple milk every day. If you guys don't know, Ripple, if you need somebody to do your commercials, Ripple milk, I love you. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. But thanks for being kind, everyone. I love you guys. I will see you again. Have the best day ever. Let me tend to these children. I got to get this stuff done before I do what I got to do. I love you. Thanks for all the great conversation. Love you guys. I can't end the live. I can't end it. It won't let me.